Hello, welcome to my cards for the week. Today is Sunday, the 7th of February, 2021. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Deborah Jane Sutton, and you can find out more about me and what I do for fun at my website, deborahjanesutton.com. Okay, the cards for this week. I'll try and keep it brief, but probably won't be able to. The first one is the Six of Swords, which is interesting because this actually came up, I think it was last week, but further down. So this is good because this is about moving into tranquil waters. The Five of Swords is the conflict, the mental conflict, and the ideas and beliefs and everything all conflicting, right? And this is moving from that into these calmer, tranquil waters. This is about moving on. So that's beautiful because I really am getting a sense of like the worst is over, you know, although the best is still to come, but the worst is over. We are moving into these tranquil waters. And I think you're going to all be noticing that on a personal level. The next card to come out is the Ace of Pentacles. Absolutely beautiful. Now, traditionally, Pentacles is business and career and finances. So I'll say my little bit about business now because, you know, if your business is making lots of money, it's considered to be a success, agreed, regardless of whether you're happy, healthy, or in love. Now, where we're going into a whole new paradigm, you know, the new earth and creating heaven on earth. So I like to look at Pentacles as being your abundance activity because now we're looking at creating our abundance. So because there's no point in having money if you're not healthy, happy, or in love, right? This is about the beginning. It's the beginning of something new. This is about you understanding that you create your abundance through your level of consciousness. That's what I want to say. I want to say that your abundance lies in your level of consciousness. It doesn't lie in your bank account. We're waking up to that. That's a lesson in awakening. To realize that our level of consciousness is our currency. Because there is no past, there is no future. There is only your level of consciousness. And you tap into higher levels of abundance by raising your vibration and expanding your level of consciousness. Okay, and that's what I think this card is telling us. This is what we're moving into, tranquil waters, but we're moving into more conscious waters, realizing that abundance is everything in life, you know. So being happy, healthy, and in love with life, in love with the nature, in love with the flowers, in love with each other, in love with what you do, in love with who you are, you know. Love, 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 love is the next card. I love this card. I think actually, because my interpretation of this card is it's Archangel Gabriel calling you to do what you came here to do. Those of you that have read Dolores Cannon, her books, especially her 3 Waves of Volunteers in the New Earth, she talks about the starseeds being called in to help raise the vibration of humanity. And that's basically what's going on. We're waking the starseeds up first. So you're being called to remember what you came here to do. And you're being called to remember who you really are. You're not a struggling human victim to your circumstances. You are this divine being that understands that you create your reality through the thoughts, through the frequency of your thoughts and your beliefs and your emotions. And when you understand that, you understand the importance of keeping thoughts, beliefs, and emotions at a high frequency, because that's how you're creating. And you're being called to do that. You're basically being called to be who you want to be, because, you know, doing what you love is not a luxury. Doing what you love is a necessity, because you have to. I know I'm sighing a little bit there. It's because I've said it so many times, but it keeps coming up as being relevant, so I'm going to keep saying it. But you have to ask yourself, the things that you love doing, why do you love doing them? You know, why are they exciting you? Don't question it, just follow it, because we're not all being excited by the same things, and we don't all enjoy the same things, and we're not all good at the same things. So where is that excitement coming from? Where is your desires coming from? Where is your inspiration coming from? from? Why do you want to do things? Why are there things that make you feel excited and not others? It's because you're meant to do it, because actually life is meant to be really easy and fun and exciting, because you do what makes you excited, and that's what you're meant to be doing, and that's how you create your abundance. But it's not about you creating your abundance, it's about us all working together to raise the frequency and consciousness level of humanity. It's all getting lovely. And you're being called to do it. So it's not like, oh, please can I have some time at the weekend to do what I enjoy? Can you please open up your entire week and do what you enjoy? You might make a short-term loss, but it's for a long-term gain, okay? We're not focusing on the money, we're focusing on the abundance. Subtle difference. The last card to come up today is the Eight of Cups. So he's retreating into his cave. Cups are the water, the emotions, but he's walking into his cave away from them. It is about emotional withdrawal, but I want to really explain this point because it's about detaching from emotions. There is an element of healing to be had here, but healing can be found in this perception, okay, that I want to share. So detaching from your emotions, be careful how you do that, because if you're detaching by refusing to acknowledge them and refusing to honor them, you're just burying them deep inside you. Because remember, everything is energy, including you. You're like a mishmash of energy, okay? Everything is energy, including your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions. The emotions are also energy. So the energy comes in, and if you don't acknowledge it and let it process, because energy likes to move in cycles, it doesn't want to get stopped. It's like the water cycle. If you stop the water, it will go stagnant and bad. That's exactly the same with our emotional energy. If you don't process the emotion, then it will go stagnant within you and create malfunction, disease, and illnesses, okay? In my opinion, that's one of the major causes of illnesses, is this blocked, trapped emotions, okay? So ignoring them isn't the answer, and suppressing them isn't the answer. It was Sigmund Freud, I think, who said that unexpressed emotions never die. They just get buried and will come back later in uglier ways. And that's true, because if you keep pushing down anger, for example, you're just going to have a little, and it's all going to come out again. The same with anxiety. If you keep pushing it down and pushing it down, you're just going to have a tiny little trigger and it's all going to come out again. So when I say detach from your emotions, I do not mean suppressing them. There's a big difference. But when you can kind of like rise yourself up, just look down on your human from a higher perspective and observe. It's like observing what's going on, like everything's a big play, it's a big performance, and just observe it. So you can observe your human experiencing a low frequency emotion. You could observe, okay, my human is feeling quite fearful at the moment. Or you might be thinking, oh, my human is feeling quite confused at the moment. Or my human is feeling quite anxious at the moment. At least that way you are detaching to some extent from it, but you are acknowledging it. This is key, okay, to processing it. You're kind of separating yourself from the feeling needed, because you need to feel it. There's no point in pretending it's not there, So this process, this kind of detachment is what this card is calling you to explore, okay? That kind of detachment. I just mentioned the word trigger, you get a small trigger. I want to say something about that as well, because what's really important to understand is that when you say things like, he made me feel, or you're making me feel, okay, this from a quantum physics point of view is not possible. You are creating your reality, and what is in your reality and all the people in it are reflecting a part of you. Okay, so when you get a trigger, when you get people pushing back, this is why family members do it so much to us, because our souls have agreed to incarnate together for the purpose of helping each other grow. And we grow through our triggers. Well, we can grow through our triggers. So somebody says something and it winds you up. Okay. You have to remember that that emotion that is within you, that you're feeling within you at that moment, that is already within you. That's your emotion. That's got nothing to do with the other person. Okay. And it's because you've got that unresolved emotion, because you suppressed that emotion and didn't feel it. No blame, no guilt, no nothing like this going on, because what's happening at the moment with this great awakening is you're processing emotions probably from other lifetimes, inherited ones, ancestral ones, cultural ones, collective ones. So, this isn't always about you in this lifetime, but even as you in this lifetime, of course we have loads of trapped emotions. We have a childhood where we were told not to cry, and or we were teenagers and we were humiliated, so we didn't express. There's millions of reasons why we haven't expressed our emotions. We don't need to go into why and how and what. Let's just accept, this is something else. We need to put our hands up and just accept that we have this stuff and we want it to come out, basically. We want to see it as a blessing. We want to see that these triggers are for our benefits, okay? Because what they are doing is they are reflecting back to us an emotion that needs our attention. And that emotion has nothing to do with that person. Okay, it's a big one. That is a big one, but it's one that we need to understand if we're going to acknowledge that feeling. And then when that feeling is within you, right? So you're angry, annoyed, peeved. I nearly swore, but I said peeved. Then you just relax your body and just feel it, and go into your higher self and look down. Go, oh, my human's feeling really peeved at the moment with what this family member or friend or what's happening outside is doing, saying, what have you. So, and then the idea is to process it. Okay, so you can feel it, and then it will transmute to love. I hope that makes sense, because that's your lesson. That's lessons in awakening for this week. And according to the cards, you're going to have lots of practice to be able to do that. Oh, anyway, if you want help, more details about how to deal with triggers and stuff like that, then please get in touch. And as I said, you can find out more about me and the work that I do at my website, deborahjaneselton.com. So I hope that helped this week. Don't forget to let your hair down and have some fun. Laughter is the best medicine. I love you all. Bye for now.